Hey guys, Marstingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and yet again, Dokkan decided to do me like this. I woke up to find all the new information for the cards came out hours ago today. I wasn't expecting it to release at this time, but we're going to do a quick video going over the details of all the new cards. So we have a new Gohan, a new Garlic Jr., who I believe is the side banner unit on Gohan's banner. Then we have a free-to-play Piccolo, and we have the details for the new SBR reward, because the 10 new stages of Super Battle Road are coming out for JP. I will do guides for those as well, but even though obviously as a global main, I won't be doing videos of me actually beating them until they come out on global. But you guys do seem to appreciate the SBR guides, so I will be making those for the new stages. But let's have a look at Gohan. Waking up to see all the information about him tweeted out. I have already been seeing a bunch of people arguing about whether he's now the best TUR over Videl or not. So let's jump in and have a look at what he does. So his leader skill is Heavenly Events, which is the new category. 3 key and 170 to all stats, so that's obviously very strong leader skill. Or Bond of Master and Disciple, 3 key and 150 to all stats. Raises defense on super attacks, so it's infinite stack, okay. Does immense damage and has a medium chance to stun, very solid. And then he has a unit super attack, which is still raises defense and then also greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Does immense damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. Okay, so it increases the stun chance and it gives him greatly raises attack, so obviously much more powerful. The condition for that is when there is an ally whose name includes Piccolo or Krillin on the team. Oh wow, just on the team. Okay. So I mean that's super good when you think about like the tech Krillin that's coming out on global, that's on the Goten and Trunks banner, because he's a super types support unit. So yeah, there's definitely some good cards you can get in there, and obviously there is a new Piccolo, let alone all the existing ones that exist alongside the new one as well, so that's pretty good. And then his passive skill is defense 158%, attack 158% when performing a super attack. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 58% when there is another Heavenly Events category ally attacking in the same turn, okay. And then an additional attack 58%. Stuns the attacked enemy when performing a super after receiving an attack. Ooh, so as long as he gets hit in slot 1, he guaranteed stuns the enemy. That's pretty crazy. So he's going to be very good in Super Battle Road. He gets his defense at start of turn as well, so you don't need to worry. Even though he does raise defense on super, he's still going to be pretty tanky in slot 1. And then he's also giving all allies key 3 and defense 58%. So that includes himself as well. That's ridiculous. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so his additional attack 58% is counted separately at the start of the turn for a total boost of attack 307% when there is another Heavenly Events category ally in the same turn. And then 399.28% attack after being attacked. So if he gets hit in slot 1, he has like 400% attack. That is that's pretty good. And then he has an active skill as well, the Light Shield. Recovers 30% HP, guards all attacks for 1 turn, and all allies defense plus 20% for 2 turns. Wow, that's really good. Can be activated when HP is 58% or less once. Oh my god, there's no turn restriction. So in Super Battle Road, if you're going into fight 2 or 3 or 4, if we're using him on the mono stages, and you're already under 58% HP, that means you can use this on turn 1. So you get a heal, and then get not only all the defense that he has, but you also guard. So you can just put him in slot 1, he's going to guard, and then he's going to guaranteed stun the person that he's attacking, as long as there's attacks in slot 1. So wow, he's really good. He's going to be incredibly strong on Super Battle Road. So his links might be a bit bad because he's a base kid Gohan, so he's got Innocence, Demonic Ways, Samurai Race, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Gaze of Respect, Fierce Battle. Yeah, Gaze of Respect, Demonic Ways, not the best, but I mean, Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Fierce Battle, they're all pretty common across the teams that you'd use him on. Innocence as well, I guess, with some of the other kid units. He's on Hybrid Saiyans, Goku Family, Youth, and then obviously his 2 categories. So he's a little bit restricted in the categories that he's on, but Youth definitely needed a big buff. Hybrid Saiyans has been getting crazy buffs lately, and Goku's Family, I mean, That team's just always going to be insanely powerful because it's like the main family team of the entire show. So, wow, yeah, on paper, he seems insane. I'll need to see videos of him in action, but just by reading what he does, I can see how in certain events he might be more effective than Videl, but be interesting to see a good side-by-side comparison of them once all the videos come out. So then we have the free-to-play Piccolo. Now, the one thing to notice about him, he does come from this Garlic Jr. story event. He doesn't have an awakening yet. So unless that hasn't been revealed yet, although most of this comes from the data mine, I believe. So maybe a part 2, he'll get an awakening. Maybe they'll do one of those weird things where he gets an awakening and an easy A straight away. Who knows? But he's going to be a free-to-play Heavenly Events leader. Only 30% and 2 key. He raises attack for 1 turn, does supreme damage. So pretty typical, I guess, for a free-to-play unit. And then his passive is 70% attack and defense. An additional 70% when there is a Kid Gohan on the team. And then Heavenly Events category allies, key 2, and attack and defense 20%. So obviously he's a support for that team. He's a good free-to-play option for you to bring if there's, if you're going to be pulling the new Gohan and you want to get his unit super attack. Then obviously there is a farmable free-to-play Piccolo who supports that team. So that's a very nice little addition. Demonic Ways, Brainiacs, Prodigies, Experience Fighters, Gaze of Respect, Shocking Speed. And then he's only on Battle of Wits and Heavenly Events. Wait, so he's not on Namekians? Okay, so he is definitely getting an awakening into another unit. And I maybe would guess, see, because then what other categories would they be on? Is he going to awaken into like Piccolo and Krillin, maybe? Because it's from this event and they're both in the super attack? Because units don't lose categories, they only gain them. So that would be why he doesn't have Namekians, is because he's awakening into a final unit that isn't but like just a Namekian. So that'll be interesting to see. I haven't seen anyone mention that, so that's my prediction. But okay. Interesting support unit. We'll see how he is when he awakens. And then the Garlic Jr. So the meme is dead. I mentioned this on the most recent 5-9 podcast, and I think I tweeted it as well. I'm calling out everybody who wouldn't shut up about Garlic Jr. coming to Dokkan on every single post about who's coming next for big events and stuff. He's coming to the game now, so you guys have been going on about him for so long. I better see you. I guess technically we're not really summoning for him now, so I guess that has kind of changed because Gohan is the main banner unit. But there you go. He's a Heavenly Events leader for 120. He greatly raises his attack on super, does supreme damage. His passive is attack and defense 160, an additional attack and defense 60, and a medium chance of stunning the attacked enemy when attacking super class enemies. So obviously when you are attacking super class enemies, that's pretty high stat wise and has a medium chance to stun, and that means that even if you don't get a super, so that's good. If you get like an additional normal attack and your super didn't stun, you still have the chance to stun there, which is nice. It is from the passive though, which means it would only be for 1 turn, but can still be useful in things like Super Battle Road and stuff. Extreme Class Allies key 3 and attack and defense 40%. Wow, okay. Just unconditional. So, that means if you pull this guy as the side banner unit from this banner, what categories is he on? Resurrected Warriors, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, Terrifying Conquerors, Revenge, and Heavenly Events. Any of those categories, this guy becomes almost probably a must-run support unit, like the first choice for a support unit, I guess. If you're building one of those teams, you build your 2 main rotations, and then you're like, right, I want to put in a support unit. I feel like this guy's going to be the top pick, no? Because he's got like 200 odd, over 200% attack and defense. I think that says 60 and not 50. Yeah. Can stun, and then, yeah, gives a 40% attack and defense buff and 3 key. And then he also recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn if he was attacked. So if you've got him in slot 3 as a support unit and he gets hit at the end, he's going to recover you a little bit of HP. He has Demonic Waste, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, that's big, Revival, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, and Fierce Battle. So decent links. Demonic Ways, obviously not the best, but for some of the teams that he's on, especially like Resurrected Warriors, having Revival, Nightmare, Thirst for Conquest for like Terrifying Conquerors as well. So he has a very solid link set. I don't know if there is a particular team where you would get every single one of his links active, but I quite like that if you're going to use him potentially as a support unit, he has a couple of different links that will be very easy to activate on all of the different teams that he's on. So that is actually really, really good. And then finally we have the LR that you get from the new SBR stages. Obviously by beating certain stages you get the copies of him. To get all the copies to rainbow them you do have to beat all of them, and then you have to beat a certain stage. Well, in total you have to beat the stages a certain number of times, which usually means whilst you technically don't have to beat all of them, you could just beat one of them over and over and over again. But it means even after you've beaten all of them, I think you do technically still need to replay some of them a few times in order to get the total amount. But they called the card just Trunks Teen, which I think they probably did because what categories would he be on otherwise? If the card was actually Trunks and Bulma, he would be on Vegeta Family and Join Forces. And that's probably it, because it's main timeline Bulma, because she's there with baby Trunks, so they wouldn't be on Future Saga or anything like that. So that's probably a smart choice. He's a Vegeta Family lead, 4 key and 120. I guess we could have seen that coming because the last SBR card was the Goku Family 120 lead with the Goku and Gohan. But the super attack 12 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage. The 18 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage. Nothing too fancy there, but pretty good, raising attack and defense on super. So if you can additional into the 12 key, you're getting the double raise. So it's nice that he does raise both on both super attacks. And then his passive, attack and defense 80%. Key +1 and chance of evading enemies' attacks, 15% per Vegeta Family category ally, self-excluded, obviously. Attacking in the same turn. Okay, so if you're using him on a full Vegeta Family team, he's getting 2 extra key and a 30% chance to dodge, which is pretty nice. And then he gets defense 60%, all allies key +3 as the first attacker in the turn. See, that's interesting that he gets defense, because first attacker in the turn passives don't activate until you actually attack. So if you have him in slot 1, any hits that he's taking before he attacks, he doesn't get that extra 60% defense, which is interesting. And then attack and defense 30% and Vegeta Family category allies key 3 as the second attacker in the turn. That's very good. And then key +3 and attack 60% as the third attacker in the turn. Interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how well he sort of fits in, because Vegeta Family team, other than obviously the GT Vegeta having just released and like the EZA for the Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta Family hasn't had any major buffs in a while. It'll be interesting to see how he kind of fits into that team, because slot 2 is probably his best utility, the extra attack and defense, and then he's providing 3 key to everyone else on the rotation, which I guess only really helps you out on an LR heavy team because he's not giving any stat support. And if you just float him off in the third slot, he's getting 3 extra key and 60% attack. So he's obviously going to be hitting his highest numbers attack stat wise when he's in slot 3. And then slot 1, like I said, I think it's kind of awkward because he's giving himself extra defense, but only after attacking, which means any attacks he takes beforehand, he doesn't have that defense buff. But Link skills, he has Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Messenger from the Future, Legendary Power. Cold Judgment, obviously very strong. He's not a Super Saiyan, so this is a pretty solid Link set for a base form Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan. And then categories: Hybrid Saiyans, Future, Time Travelers, Vegeta Family, Android Cell Saga, Bond of Master and Disciple, and Battle of Wits. Which, like I said, big thing that the card is only called Trunks, because otherwise we wouldn't have any of these. So yeah, that is pretty solid. So all the new cards looking pretty spicy. Obviously the Piccolo is a little bit underwhelming, but I haven't seen anyone else mention this, so I'm glad I noticed this. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what he awakens into at some point. I wonder if they'll add stages to the story event, if there is going to be a part 2, or why. Maybe that'll be in the event news or in the description of the event once the stuff actually comes into the game. But yeah, let me know what you think of the new units. Do you think Gohan seems better than Videl? He definitely seems insanely powerful, so again, I don't even know how we would compare him to the GT Super Saiyans that just released, but he probably is like a top 5 TUR just by reading what he does. But let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.